Hey, you. Hey, hot facts with Robert Reese, man. This your boy Dash Bandicoot tapping in with you, brother. Hey, shit, I'm right here on a break in my dash right now, getting busy, but I figured I'd tap in before I eat some grub real quick. But yo, man, I like your channel, like what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we share some of the same ideas as far as like how to navigate this gig market. So just tapping in, showing love, man. I seen your comment. Finally got a chance to hit you, bro. Whenever you get a chance back, man, just holler, man, for sure, man. Love, bro. Be safe.
Get that in, sir. We are at the Fast Strip, people. We have another local hot facts with Robert Reese. What makes you stop here at the Fast Strip?
Cheap gas.
Now, is this the cheapest gas around?
Yes, it is. I checked the Gas Buddy. This is the place that you go if you want your cheap gas.
Now, check this out. You said Gas Buddy. Please explain that. I know what it is. For people that don't know, let them know what Gas Buddy is.
It's a website where you go on and check out the prices for the gasoline and lowest in your area.
Yes, sir. Now, all you got to say is this. You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
What's up, guys? You're watching Hot Facts with my dad, Robert Reese.
Facts with Robert Reese.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Man, I'm with Hot Facts, man, with my boy Robert Reed, man. It's past the dark, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Get them facts.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You are watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
What's up, y'all? We watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Me out, check, check me out, check me out, check, check me out, check me out, check, check me out, check, check, check me out, check, check, check me out, check me out, check, check me out, check me out, check, check.
What's up, people? What's up, people? Thank you for tuning in. Excuse me. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. You know I'm here. You know my assistant here. You know my wife is here. She's about to hop into the chat. Her and Jeffrey are about to go take their positions, be able to go to war if they have to, or just, you know, have it go as a nice day as we got it today. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you who do not know, this is the Hot Seat, brand new show, up and coming series that I just created. And Weenie's OFW, what's up there? This show right now is super good. We put countries, ethnicities, people, we put everything up there, and what we do is we squash bogus statements and things that need to be addressed. We go ahead and address those. So today we have a lineup that is pretty good. I also am going to have to well, when I get there, I guess I'll do it. Something one of the topics is really bothering me. So we're gonna get into that. But let me give you guys a list of what we are going to be going through today on the hot seat, so you know what's going on. Okay. I got a big question out there. What is causing Americans' aggression level to rise? Okay, we're going to get into what all of that is. If you're watching the news, if you're paying attention, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Also, people, here on the hot seat, Hot Facts with Robert Reese, freedom of speech, freedom of press, unless it's just something that'll just have your stuff just taken down. My channel is not taken down because when you can articulate and you are using the verbiage you are going to be using in the way it is supposed to be used, there is nothing wrong with that. For instance, I'll give you an example right here. Okay, there was a child in school who had killed niggers on their arm, and they were expressing what they felt, how they meant, and they carried out random acts of violence in a school. So when you are using it in the context of what it is, that's what it is. So you will hear words like that. You will hear other words. Do not be afraid, but you cannot get up here and just use those words and just go attack mode with it, because obviously I'll go ahead and kick you out, because there is a way to know how to articulate and how to speak, and how to speak. So I am going to be talking about transgenders. I don't hold nothing back. I am respectful. I am unbiased. I give opinions on how I feel. And because this is the hot seat, it's my show, but other people may have a hot opinion about that too, and they may want to go ahead and talk about it. So, should transgenders have a special day? Going to be getting in on that on the hot seat and show a clip with that. Okay. I got another topic here we're going to be doing. Why are people afraid to have black, racial, and ethnicity conversations? Are people more prejudiced than you think? Okay, we're gonna be getting into that. I got a special one because that hit home because of something that happened yesterday. And there's a gig community that I'm a part of, and I'm the official news channel for that. So whenever I bring up the issues and things going on how they can make money and how they can't because certain areas are a certain way because of these things, they don't want to hear about it. But something happened yesterday, and we're going to talk about it because it just goes in and proves exactly what I say. Okay, and other people also. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. And shame on the gig world. The gig world is on the hot seat. It's a bunch of you guys that are going to be clumped in on this one. So a bunch of you guys are on the hot seat. Okay. Also, people, we have something going on with DoorDash. Okay, DoorDash looking to cut more drivers. Is DoorDash big brother? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into that. That is a great one. It has to get brought up in here. Then we're gonna have a good we're gonna have good or bad advice. This is the Eli Mellis portion of the show. Good or bad advice, and we're going to play a clip from renowned life coach Eli Mellis. People, if you have not seen this life coach, go ahead and check him out. Eli Mellis. This type of Eli Mellis, you'll see all three channels. He goes on all three different times. It's going to be an Eli Mellis moment there, so that you guys can go ahead and we'll just see if it's good or bad advice. Because honestly, some people may think like this, but we will see. There's some things that we got to talk about, and he is on the hot seat for this. Okay. Also, we are going to be getting into this one is really good. The gig machine created a new word, monetized. Now we all know that saying it like it is, Dino created the credentials. You gotta have the credentials. So we're gonna let you hear and see how the gig machine came up with a new word. And I was thinking that maybe he was thinking about being a moderator and then monetized. I don't know, but he says it twice. So we'll go ahead and see if that is a real word. And if it's a real word, you guys let me know. If it's a real word, he's gonna make history for being a newcomer and just came in with his own language like E40. So we will see how that goes. But first off, in case anyone wants to get in on any of the topics, the link is up there. Yes. Twiggy says, you called me the N-word yesterday. LOL. I am so white. Yeah, hey, Twiggy, look, I was like, man, Twiggy, that nigga went up to the door. That nigga Twiggy went in and knocked on the door, and Eli was like, no, go away. I'm not coming to the door. You are bothering me. I was like, oh, he did that to Twiggy. I was like, damn. I was like, what Twiggy do? Twiggy was cool on that one. And people, I got to actually interview the server, which is hilarious. I got to interview the server, and he made out very, very well. He made a lot of money. He was on the hot seat, and when he came out and said why, it made perfect sense. Good job, Twiggy, on that one. I would have did that too. Shoot, he says, yep, he says, so do I get a card for the club now? Man, well, we'll see how that goes, Twiggy. We'll see how that goes. But to instantly go ahead and get that wrench, that's $9.99 as a hot crew member. I'll go ahead and go to work for you. Everyone knows that. Now, people, we want to get into it. We're going to get into the first topics, and I have the video clips. If you are brand new to the hot seat, I have the video clips that go in. So we all get a chance to watch the video clips. Let me take off that banner right there. We all get a chance to watch the video clips, and this is where you can have your opinion on why this is on the hot seat. So now this one is going to be a sequence of videos that we're going to be going through in order, and we'll figure out what is going on, what is causing Americans' aggression levels to rise. Okay, so check this out right here. We're going to start off with this. Check this out right here. I'm going to start off with this first one. Let me do this. I'm going to start off with this one right here because it's crazy. Check this out.
Tonight, a Walmart employee in Fayetteville is still on the run, accused of shooting two people inside the store, an adult and a 9-year-old girl. The adult did not survive. The girl still in the hospital. Police are on the hunt for the shooter. But tonight, another person is behind bars, arrested in connection with the shooting. Fox 5's Eric Mock is live at that Walmart. Eric, part of the store is still a crime scene.
Absolutely. They've still got one of the entrances here cordoned off. Nobody can go in on this side of the Walmart. The two victims were actually shot just inside those doors in the vestibule. And police say this is still a very active manhunt and investigation. The Walmart on Pavilion Parkway in Fayetteville was bustling Saturday, despite one of its entrances being blocked by yellow tape.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That is so sad. Oh my gosh. I really hope she's okay.
Shoppers I spoke to were shocked to hear a 9-year-old girl got caught in the crossfire when Fayetteville police say 19-year-old Walmart employee Adrian Jelks opened fire on 19-year-old Antavius Holton at around 10 p.m. Friday night. The 9-year-old is expected to be okay.
I'm appalled that an innocent child is in a Metro Atlanta area hospital with a gunshot wound.
But Holton succumbed to his injuries at the hospital. His family has set up this GoFundMe page to raise money for his funeral expenses.
So it was a Walmart employee that done it? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
He's on the run now, yeah.
Wow, and he worked at Walmart? Mm-hmm. That's...
Other shoppers were shocked to hear a Walmart employee was armed and could even carry out this shooting. Fayetteville police told us Saturday they're putting all their resources and efforts into capturing Jelks. While Jelks is still on the run, officers did make one arrest. They took 19-year-old Sandra Romero Nunez into custody and plan to charge her with being a party to Jelks' alleged crimes. Investigators have not yet confirmed, though, how exactly she was involved. Still, more shoppers were shocked that something like this could even happen in Fayetteville.
You don't really feel safe anywhere, really. Yeah, Walmart in Fayetteville, it's crazy.
Now, if you have any information on where Jelks may be, you're asked to call the Fayetteville Police Department to let them know immediately. And Jelks is considered armed, and so they say, if you see him, do not approach him, just call 911. For now, reporting live in Fayetteville, Eric Mock, Fox 5 News.
All right, so we have someone in the gig community, the dashing investor. That's where he actually dashes at in Fayetteville. So, I'm going to ask him actually, what did he think about that? It is in his city there. But look, just imagine this. You're going to Walmart. You're just going to pick up whatever it is. You may be a Walmart Spark shopper. You may just be doing your regular thing. You're in the checkout, getting ready to go. And the Walmart employee starts dumping on somebody right there, injures a little girl, and the other person killed inside the Walmart. Now, obviously, how it went down, whenever two people, like if you are at work and you see like an enemy of yours and you've done something really, really bad to them at work, in school, wherever, it's going to go down. The only pass you get is if you're with like your wife and your kids, then that's the only way you pretty much get a pass. And that's how the old school dudes work. And that is kept up pretty much on all levels, unless you did something that was just crazy. So for him to be at work and for him to be seeing somebody there and then start shooting at him, first of all, that means that when he went into work at the Walmart, they don't have any security. Like that means that, how when you go to work at like the warehouse or whatever else it is, you have to walk through the metal detector. Then you got to put your other stuff on the thing and they check it. You go through and you go on in. And your backpacks are see-through clear backpacks. So for him to be able to have this gun on him, to be at work, and then to start shooting, that Walmart is going to get in trouble in Fayetteville because that's just a lack of everything. Anything can happen. You can't have employees just carrying guns to work. Now, there is a black gentleman out here and he's a regular customer in the Walmart. He walks in, open carry, gun on the hip, and everything. He walks in there all the time. That's different. You're an employee, and unless you're LP, one of those officers that are in there that they hire to ride around in those trucks, some of those guys have guns with the people that they hire, but the employee that had a gun. Now check this out. That means that he's an active gang member. He's active. So if he's active, he put the other people that may be in there working with him at risk because he starts shooting in there. What if that person came in there and saw, and then shot him and other coworkers? Walmart is going to have to answer to this one right here. Walmart is in trouble. Walmart is in trouble. But like I said, dude is up there at the register doing everything, and then someone just makes them just start dumping. That's not good. And you know how Walmart pretty much took over all the areas when it came down time for the groceries and everything else like that. For them not to have metal detectors for when their employees are going to work is just ridiculous. I don't know. Walmart might try to, we didn't know this and that, or we normally do. They might say, we don't know how he slipped through. They're gonna try to blame whatever lead or manager who's in charge, or people could they're gonna try to do something like that. And chances are, because it was in Walmart, the person that died, I know he had a gun too, but his family still may sue. They still might get something civilly through Walmart. The young girl that survived, and she's in critical condition. She's hurt. That family might be suing Walmart also. So Walmart may have a couple of lawsuits going on, and all because of this, all because they were not proactive to keep violence out of their stores. Now, this is why America is crazy, and Americans are crazy with guns. It's just like everybody is just shooting each other like crazy. So what is causing Americans' aggression levels to rise? I still think it's something inside the water or the food that they are giving us. I think it's something like that. And I think that these big box companies that are putting, it's the products. All right. Remember back in the day when the healthy foods start coming? You would only see you would get regular oatmeal, and then you'll see oh, this place has a healthier oatmeal. Now it's so many healthy things that are out there. Are these things really healthy out there? And some people are cutting corners on how they're growing things, and how they're they're playing evil scientists on all this other stuff. I think it has to do with something in the food, in the water, because how else are you going to be able to see how the population handles things? You can't just have us do it knowingly, because a lot of people won't do it. It has to go through something that we have to put in our bodies. And I think all this violence is due to all of the different chemicals and stuff that they are putting in on us Americans. If you agree with that, or if you think that that is something that could be true, leave a 1 in the comment section there. If you think that that's a little bit too far-fetched, leave a 2. If you leave a 2, just leave a comment on why you think that that may be far-fetched. You got to look at what they're feeding the kids in schools, the public schools and all that stuff. You got to look at all of this stuff. They test a lot of things on the inmates and animals, and then it comes out to us regular citizens, and then they make it up and do things, and then they get the fast food chains involved. Like for instance, have you noticed that when you go to Taco Bell, no matter what time of the day when you eat, put yourself on a timer. 18 minutes after you ingest Taco Bell, I mean the ground beef. I'm not talking about the chicken. I'm talking about the ground beef. 18 minutes after you ingest that ground beef, something starts to happen in your stomach, and it is not a good feeling right there. You know why? And then they always say we're making our meat fresher. We're using this grade now meat. So what the hell were you using before? But I think it's what they are putting in. They put in fast food, which is why Americans, we are the fattest country out there. They're just giving it to us at all levels. And I think it has to do with something like that with the food and everything, because it's nuts. Now, I'm going to get into another video about how people are shooting and doing some very, very bad stuff. Now, out where the DoorDash revolution is, okay, this is in I do want to say is where the roasted coffee is, and I want to say old Germantown, Tennessee, on Easter. That is where the Rev primarily is. He's in a tri-state area, so he can go ahead and get his thing. But the revolution, okay, the revolution is in the Germantown area. So we're gonna get into that. Well, you know what? We're gonna get into that one, but I'm gonna give you a clip of what happened in Indianapolis first at the mall, and that one's gonna lead into the Easter Sunday massacre, okay, in Germantown, and then the next video will have a little bit more on the information about it, who the suspect is, and vehicle and everything. So first, we're gonna go ahead and get into what happened on Easter with people. More guns. What's the problem? I think it's what I said. Let me know what you think. Let me see. And I'm gonna go with this one first.
Mass shooting outside an Indianapolis mall that left 7 minors injured. Alex Perez joined us with the details and more violence across the country over the holiday weekend. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Michael. Yeah, a busy weekend for investigators here in Chicago and several other cities after a flurry of violence and shootings.
This morning, a weekend of violence hitting parts of the nation as authorities search for the suspects behind that Saturday night shooting at an Indianapolis mall.
I need 4 medics right now.
A total of 7 minors, ages 12 to 17, suffering gunshot wounds, with one still remaining in critical condition.
Had a juvenile male shot twice, was armed with a leg, tourniquet being applied.
No arrests have been made, and authorities have yet to release any information about a possible suspect. Police calling out parents.
This was 11:30 at night. I think that should be a priority for you.
In Nashville, an argument at Easter brunch leading one man to fatally shoot 33-year-old Alan Beecham and wound at least 5 others before fleeing the scene. Police have identified Anton Rucker, a 46-year-old convicted felon, as a suspect in the shooting. They say he fled the scene in this Mercedes.
We're going to do everything we can to get the suspect into custody and bring him to justice.
And in Chicago, at least 32 people shot over the holiday weekend, with 4 of those shot dying. After at least 3 major shootings in Indianapolis in March, authorities pleading for peace.
Conflict should not lead to somebody pulling out a gun and trying to resolve it.
And here in those Chicago shootings, authorities continue to work to identify suspects.
All right, so as you see those numbers of people just being shot over the weekend, you saw that it went into a little bit of what happened in Germantown, where the DoorDash revolution is, but in Indianapolis, people at a mall, people just going and they're shooting in crowds. It's not like they're going singling up people. They're shooting in crowds, and there's always one person dead, 5, 6 injured, some in critical condition, and all these people are using guns. How easy is it? How easy is it for people to just get these guns? Now, as you see, someone is a felon. Someone should not have had a gun and all this other stuff. So we have a black market out there, people. We have a black market, and they are not afraid to use these weapons. I'm gonna let you see a little bit more about this person on what he did in Tennessee and in Germantown. So let's go ahead and get. Let me see. Let me go ahead and get this clip here so you guys can see the rest and get more information on that. Let's go ahead and get it right here.
Wow. With this breaking news alert. Right now, we're tracking breaking news in Germantown. There is an active scene on Garfield Street at the Roasted Coffee Shop, where Metro Police have confirmed at least 5 people were shot and one of them is dead. A suspect is not in custody, but police say they don't believe there is a danger to the public. Thanks for being with us. I'm Lydia Fielder. Now, we've been at this scene for almost an hour now, gathering information. That's also where we find our Dryden Quigley. She's there live for us. Dryden, tell us everything you know up to this point.
Yeah, Lydia, so right over my shoulder is actually where you can see Roasted Salem Town. That's the coffee shop where it all happened. What we know from police is that right now 1 is dead, 4 are injured. Again, this is the shop right where it all happened. I'll let you take a closer look. Police confirmed that around 3, they were called to the restaurant for gunshots. 3 people were taken to the hospital with wounds, where one of them died and 2 of them are critical. Now, it was a bit later that another 2 people walked into the hospital with wounds. Now, we still don't know what led up to the shooting, and there are no suspects in custody, but police say there's no threat threat to the public at this point. Now we'll keep you updated live as we learn more. In Salem Town, Dryden Quigley, WSMV4.
Okay, Dryden Quigley, thank you very much. We also have crews right now at Vanderbilt Hospital where we know some of the victims were sent. We want to show you the room around the adult emergency room area when we have this video. We don't know if everyone was brought here to Vanderbilt. Again, this is a live picture, but we know all the victims were taken to the hospital. Once again, that's 5 people who were shot. We know 1 of those people died. There are 4 others still hurt. Out of those 4, 2 police say are in critical condition. We're going to check back in with our Brendan Tierney, who's monitoring that scene at the hospital. We have identified that victim as 33-year-old Alan Beecham. The shooting happened at the Roasted restaurant on Garfield Street around 3 o'clock this afternoon. That is where police say this man opened fire. We want to show you 46-year-old Anton Rucker, who got away in this Mercedes. Police say he shot 4 other people and then drove off in this car. He was last seen wearing a black cap, white glasses and shirt, and black shorts and sneakers. Now, Metro Police say Rucker is a convicted felon with multiple past charges, including aggravated assault convictions in Nashville. If you want to see his photo, we do have that up on our WSMV4 app. We want to go now to our Dryden Quigley, who is live at the restaurant where this all happened. Now, Dryden, you actually talked to a neighbor who was outside and saw this chaos.
Yeah, Lydia, Carly Payne lives right here and was sitting on these steps this afternoon. As you can see, this is directly across from Roasted, the brunch restaurant. As she was sitting outside, she heard 10 gunshots. That's when she ran inside and called 911. But before she got inside, she saw something that terrified her.
I saw a bunch of people running after I'd heard about 10 to 15 shots fired, and then I saw a man run out holding a gun.
That man she saw holding a gun, Metro Police believe, is responsible for a shooting at Roasted this afternoon. They say he got into an argument with another man who within minutes opened fire, killing him and sending 7 others to the hospital. Those in the hospital are expected to survive. Brad Miser heard those shots and ran outside barefoot to find a woman lying on the ground.
I got to her and we started kind of rendering some aid, and the police put a tourniquet around her leg. She'd been shot through the leg. I then proceeded around the corner and I saw some people treating another lady who had been shot, it looked like in the abdomen area.
He says he saw children and elderly people running for their lives. Many of them had been at Easter brunch.
It was horrific. It was as bad as you can imagine. It was a family type of atmosphere, and then all of a sudden gunshots and blood everywhere.
The suspect drove away in his Mercedes, leaving neighbors here in Salem Town on alert.
All right, now, so the craziest thing about this place right here, and how this is on the hot seat also, because where the DoorDash revolution is, I do believe I have heard him say that he's picked it up. I mean, that he's picked up from this place, or he has said this place's name. When saying the local places there, and Ghost as well, and Cornbread. Okay, so this happened at one of those places where they do brunch, and those places where they do brunch, those are heavy hitter spots for deliveries and everything. So any delivery driver could have been in the area at the time picking up from this place, which is crazy that it happened at a place where some of our delivery drivers in the gig community are picking up from. Now, guy tried to Mercedes Benz getting away and all that other stuff. So that's crazy there. That is just nuts. But as you see, more guns. Now they put more information out about this guy, how he looks, build, everything. The other video had some pictures up and all that other stuff. Felons with guns doing these things. People, you're at a brunch. People are out there eating. It's Easter. They're celebrating. And the craziest thing about this is like, it's if we don't stop this, we got something else that's going to happen a little bit later on that I was watching with my wife earlier. That's going to happen, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into that one a little bit later also. But the guns, do we need gun control? If we keep seeing more and more people going and spraying up all these places, are we going to need gun control? And I hate to say it, I believe in your Second Amendment, and you cannot take You cannot take your freedoms away with the amendments. That's our constitution there. So it's nuts. But what are we going to do if people keep just doing dumps and just shooting people like this? Now, when I get into the racial things, and we'll talk about how white people talk about black on black crime and all that, that's going to be a good one right there. So whoever else ain't afraid to talk, you gonna have to talk, because I'm about to call some people out when we get there. But this gun problem, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Now, many of us have kids in school, correct? School shootings are happening every year, more and more often every year. Any one of our kids could be shot at school and not come home. My son passed away, without the gun violence. Do you know how crazy I would be right now if my son was in school and something happened with a kid on campus and came shooting the school? Do you know how nuts I would be right now? I would really be on the other end and be talking about we need some gun control all the way. I would say fuck the Constitution, fuck these people. I would say fuck all these people because I would feel a certain way. But in the long run, that's how they want you to feel so that they can take your right away. So it's a crazy situation, but how many more people are we going to be watching getting slayed by these guns? Just think about it. Just think about that. When people say, "Oh, it's not the guns," it's the people behind the guns. Guns don't have brains. Guns do have a brain. It comes from the person who's holding it. But also, they got automatic weapons that you can program to shoot when you tell it to. They can go off of sensors and just shoot. AI controls some of these things. You ever seen the AIs working and working as military things, shooting objects and stuff? Man, all this stuff is connected, man. But the craziest thing is these people are going there using like big guns, heavy artillery weapons, 223s and stuff like that. I'm talking about stuff that will knock your shoulder off. You seen these people in Chicago that are doing it, and they're like, they don't know how to shoot guns for real. They hold it all wrong, and then you see them, the gun push them all the way back, and the gun's almost going out of control. That's how they go out. They go buy the MF and gun. They go buy the gun, but don't even know how to control the gun, and then they go spraying all over the place. So random people are just getting shot. And then when it's done, yeah, I let loose. I let loose. I let loose. If it's a white guy, I think I sprayed enough to get him this time, Jeb. If it's a cholo, Evato, Holmes. We green light the whole area, essay. Come on now. Come on now. I know a lot of y'all want to say, yeah, that's the black people. Nah. I've been around skinheads and white gangs and biker gangs. Y'all got the Hells Angels and all that stuff. Y'all come in there with guns and do damage. Y'all can't run away from it. We get it, y'all get it. The Asians get it. The Asians get it. Make them pay is what the dragons are saying. And everything would just be disintegrated. Come on now. Come on now. In situations like this is when America starts to get divided, because you're going to hear someone who's prejudiced or white saying, well, most of the guns are in the ghetto with the black people. They'll say it around their people, but they won't come on the panel and talk about it. I'm about to get all into that in just a little bit. But this is where America gets divided. People start to say, well, who's doing the killing? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And then they try to say, well, it's all in the hood. They don't want to take accountability. They don't want to. We got to start fixing something before they take all the rights away. And I think we're just too far gone. I think we are too far gone that we are gonna have AI controlling how we're doing everything. So we'll see how this runs. We will see how this runs. This is nuts, though. We got too many people being shot, and notice I'm not showing gang violence. Like this ain't Bloods and Crips or none of that. No, these are in areas that are in regular towns and stuff. You got white folks doing it, black folks doing it. We got people doing it. That's why I'm telling you guys. I think it's something in the water. I think it's something in the water. I'm telling you. I think it's something in the water. Telling you, something in the food. No way will people just start acting like this and just do it all over the top, all over the place. Says, I'm gonna entertain this one. Says hip hop is the biggest problem in the country. Well, now that's where we got to speak about that. So what level of hip hop? What level of hip hop? Because at the Grammys, the Super Bowl, halftime shows, all that other stuff there. But what level of hip hop are we talking about? Conscious rap? Or are we talking about political rap, educational rap? So to give you an example, are we talking Dead Prez? Are we talking Dead Prez? Are we talking KRS-One? Are we talking Public Enemy? Okay. Are we talking DOS Effects? Okay. Are we talking them? Or are we talking what's really going on in the street and what Reagan and them did to bring in the drugs and all the weapons? Are we talking about NWA? Are we talking about are we talking about all of those? Are we talking about Ice-T, who did the song Cop Killer and it woke America up and he ended up being one of the best stars on Law and Order? Are we talking about Queen Latifah doing a positive rap for all the women out there? UNITY, UNITY, that's for unity. UNITY. I ain't a bitch or a hoe. He did that to uplift. Or what about TLC Left Eye when they were trying to keep the message from people not to be having sex with everybody because AIDS is going around, and they were trying to get people and young teens to protect themselves? Are you talking about that part of hip hop? Or are you talking about like the Will Smith hip hop, commercialized for your sitcom, the ones that do it like that show people that you can actually make it in hip hop, go act and do all of that? Or are you talking about like the Kobe's, the LL Cool J's? Are you talking about that type of hip hop that resonates into doing all that and speaking about black culture, speaking about all of the history, what we got to change? Are you speaking about that? Are you speaking about the Muslim rappers, the Christian hip hop artists, or are you doing that? Now, are you talking about like some of the rock groups like Linkin Park and Korn and you got Limp Bizkit, you got Kid Rock? Are you talking about those type of white rappers that do rock and they ignite things? Or are you talking about like Rob Zombie, hardcore slam dance, smack your head in the wall to go get crazy, to go shoot up schools like in the movie Higher Learning, like when Remy did? Or are you talking about like on American History X when you actually live around the skinheads and they are actually going to the double S band shows and the skinheads get riled up and then they do the mosh pits and then they get riled up and go shoot, stab, and then curb people? Are you talking about those that actually use rhythms and sequence and melodies, 3/4 time, 4/4 time, 2/4 time, rhythm, blues, staccato? Are you talking about how hip hop is involved with that? Or are you going to do the other way where you bridge the gap and you bring white people and black people together with the hip hop, like Run DMC and Aerosmith, Walk This Way? So you got that. Now, are you talking about bluegrass music and people that play on the spoons because they have to go with the rhythm, which came out with black people back then, and they were playing spoons, talking about I'm gonna kill that nigger, I'm gonna kill that nigger, and they were doing that and doing it in a melody to make songs to actually dance. Have you seen them play spoons and do that little foot dance where they swapping their foot back and forth and it look like a crip walk? When they start doing that, I'm gonna kill them niggers, they are doing that and actually made rhythm, and they did all of that. So just let me know what part of hip hop you're talking about before we go further into that. So I gave you a whole lot to digest. Let me know when you can get me into any direction on one of those. But that's a perfect segue right now because of what he said right there. We're going to get into this one right here. Okay. Should transgenders, okay, should transgenders have a special day? I don't think they should have a special day. I don't care if you were transgender and you were listening and you get mad. You can't just have a day because you say, well, you're giving rights to everyone. We want days for no. You just cannot have that. Because I'll tell you this why. This will empower more of the men who are not getting hormone changes and getting their piece whacked off and all this other stuff to still go play rugby and hurt 3 women in 1 week at the rugby event. And then you got the other weird ass women calling him. This is crazy. He was the girl, but his wife was, she said, all right, he said that's my husband to his wife that is a real girl, but his wife who's the real girl thinks she's the husband, and he thinks he's a girl, and the other women rugby players were protecting him, saying leave her alone. That is the problem that I'm talking about right there. And they had a kid who was there present. How is the kid gonna call the dad the mom and the mom the dad? I don't think you need a day. I don't think you need a day. I think you guys can do some celebrations. We got the gay pride parade, the LGBTQ parade. I think you can be able to do things like that, you know, set up your thing so that, you know, it's a day for your group. That's just not a regular day to me for everybody out there. And it's, you know, and I'll tell you why. My daughter was born a girl. I don't want her, because she's going to be athletically built, for people to start saying, oh, you're a man and stuff, and then she actually wants to try to get surgery and stuff to be a boy and a man. I don't want anyone's mind to get warped out and changed like that. We already can't go ahead and speak and preach about what we want to say. They take that away. I don't want to see regular kids start going off. And to me, in my own opinion, that would be the deep end. I don't care. I don't care. Anytime, like, I'm still mad at Bruce Jenner, y'all. He's Bruce Jenner. He's the greatest athlete in the world. That's who I remember. That's who I remember giving me the motivational speech, wanting me to keep doing track, do the decathlon and all that stuff. You can be great just like that. Like Dan and Dave and all them. You want to be part of that group. He was the greatest athlete in America. He could do everything. He go ahead and go and marry a Kardashian, and he turned himself into a straight woman who looks scary as hell. Have y'all seen his face? Looks like those saltwater fish. Their face is sucked into the side, like, and then he looks weird because he looks like The Mask and David Hasselhoff at the same time right now. Crazy. He said, I want to be a girl now. Out of all the manly stuff he done did, out of all the long jump pits he had to jump and get the sand off of him, high jump bar, javelin, all that stuff, rowing the boat, all that stuff, throwing the discus, out of all that stuff he was doing, he wanted to wear high heels now. I don't think that's a great look for. I think that makes Americans more sensitive. I think it'll make other countries feel that our manhood out here in our country is weak if we start giving transgender days. Because check it out, it's already an issue when you go to the bathroom and it's got you looking to see who's going in the bathroom, because you see that some of these things will say women and kids. And it'll and then, like, you could be a transgender person, a guy saying, well, I go in there with the women and the little kids. So it's got people looking at, well, how big is that person's hands? Do they have an Adam's apple? Some people ready to go shoot them people with them guns that we talking about. Well, I saw this dude go in the bathroom. Went in the bathroom. Was it a dude? He was wearing a dress. I think it's a dude. I think it's a dude. You go in there and go handle the dude, pull him on out, and he comes out. I am a woman. That's already an issue. I don't think they should have a day, but I got to play this clip because I play everybody's clips. I got to play this. I don't think they need a day. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Freedom of speech, freedom of press. They have a day uplifting. Everyone is equal. I understand that, but I just think for the morale of America and manhood and how if you are going to be put in God we trust, you cannot have that as a holiday. That's just how I feel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's go. And Biden. Sorry, man.
Now to this. Critics say Biden and the woke mob are taking a swipe at Christians this Easter. This year, Easter Sunday falls on Transgender Visibility Day, which is traditionally on March 31st. But this year, not only did Fairfax County, Virginia, make an official proclamation for Easter Sunday, so did President Biden. Biden was the first president ever to issue an official proclamation for Transgender Day of Visibility, and this was back in 2021. And in his proclamation this year, he said, quote, "Today we send a message to all transgender Americans. You are loved, you are heard, you are understood, you belong, you are America, and my entire administration and I have your back." The Fairfax County Board making a similar proclamation this week.
I'm just very happy that we're recognizing a community that has too often been pushed into the shadows and celebrating yet another community within our diverse tapestry here in Fairfax County.
Okay, so this a day actually goes.
Now, did you guys see that guy right there? Did you see how he looked all soft and sensitive? People, that was, and from my radar, from what my radar says he is on the other side there also. But as you see, you're getting more and more people in the office, more and more people in these seats, more and more people doing all this stuff. I just don't think it's the right look for America for us to be having this out there. Next thing you are going to see, we are going to have a war, and we are going to be sending people in war who really don't want to be there. I don't want to see America with soldiers out there at war when the other countries come face to face with guns. We turn around and run. I don't want to see. I'm sorry. I just think. I just don't think there should be a special day for that. Just like there should not be a special day for being heterosexual. There should not be a special day for being straight. There should not be a special day for it. No special days for your gender. You have Father's Day, you have Mother's Day, you have your birthday. We have Arbor Day. You know, that's Earth Day of planting trees. We have Arbor Day. We have Memorial Day. You know, we even got Valentine's Day. We got Labor Day. We got Halloween. We have, we have, and Halloween's not really, but they kind of put it there. Okay. We got Christmas. We got Thanksgiving. These are days. We got Martin Luther King Day. Okay. Got President's Day. Okay. Lincoln and all of them got days. We got to have days for that. I don't think transgenderism needs a special day. I know they put it for the 31st. It fell on Easter, and as how Easter is a holy day, symbolic, celebrated all around the world, to have the United States throw like a slap in the face of Jesus or God, Allah, whoever you pray to, the Almighty, the Creator, to have that as like a disgrace to the Almighty, the man upstairs, that the U.S. in God we trust goes in and does all these wars, got the nerve to try to make it like it's gonna be on Easter every that's not right. I don't play with God like that, people. I'm sorry. I don't play with God like that. If y'all know the Old Testament, God is an angry God also. He don't play with stuff like that. Sodom and Gomorrah, People, the Great Flood, crossing the Red Sea, open up, Pharaoh and his people go through. He's not playing, man. I don't play with God like that. I don't play with God. I don't think transgenderism, maybe the Scientologists, might want to get into that. I'm not. That's just my personal point of view. Um, you know, if I have to do any type of work, perfectly fine. Cordial back and forth, all that stuff is good. I'm good with all that. I'm good with all that. I'm good with all that. I think if you are trying to be transgender, you still should be able to. You still should play the sport that you were naturally, that your makeup. If you were born a boy, you got to play all male sports for the rest of your life. You cannot cheat and go play women's sports and then say that you're dominant and you're so good and stuff. No, no, no. I just have a complete different opinion about this. Whoever else don't like it, oh well. I'm about to ask my wife about this one. Transgenders, you think they need their own day?
Personally, no.
Personally, no. Personally, no. And why? Yeah, why?
Just goes against what I believe.
Okay, she said it goes against what she believes. Now, that's where the issue comes in, because in America we haven't got we trust on our money, and they say that that's what we believe. We believe in the morals. The president has to be married. The president has to be married and a Christian, pretty much. You have to be married. You have to have a first lady. That's why when I did the show with Eli Mellis, one of the topics was, what if the president had a first gentleman, not a first lady? I feel the same way. I think countries would attack us. And speaking about that, countries attacking us. Now, I'm going to take this banner now. We were actually watching some news last night. I didn't make the banner for this, but we are expecting an ISIS attack. They said it's imminent. That we should expect an ISIS attack. They don't know how it's going to come, but they said from what they have already done in Russia and for what everything else is going on right now, that we would be naive not to think it's coming. They already have information that they are planning something. We just don't know what part of the United States. We don't know where it's going to happen, but they do know something is going to happen in the near future, is what they believe. And I just think that is crazy right there, that you can know something is going to happen in the near future, but you cannot help protect us. So there's going to be innocent people dying when this happens, people. Now, this is the issue with America, too. We got all these guns and stuff. We go ahead, buy things from countries. We go ahead, bring people in, train them to know what we do, make them become special forces. They go take it back. Then they turn into terrorist groups. They sign these papers. They get the money. They get all that other stuff. And then they live here and they're in cells. So it's pretty much like us just waiting until they pop off. But us Americans in the higher echelon of the government, they already know to where the officials, representatives, and press representatives are already going on C-SPAN and other other channels like that, and letting us know that it is imminent, that we will get hit by ISIS. We just don't know how. We don't know if they're going to do a cruise ship, a plane. We don't know if they're going to go after like a U.S. Territory, like the U.S. Virgin Islands or something else like that. We don't know how it's going to happen, but we are expecting that we will get hit. We know that we have a lot of targets here. In the United States. You also got to think about what's going on over there with Israel and Hamas, and then we have Iran, things like that. We understand that these Islamic groups, the terrorist groups, even though they all don't get along, the common denominator when they got to go ahead and get something in is the United States of America. So you never know if, while all this stuff is going on, they may think that, well, let's see if the U.S. goes in and helps Ukraine spread people out there. let's see when they may be the most vulnerable for us to do the attack. And I think America, we have to be prepared and looking at all of this right now because it's happening right in our face. And I do believe that because we are being disguised with all the gun violence and killings and shootings in our own country, it's shadowing us out, throwing smoke, so that it's going to give them the ability to make that strike on Americans. And I don't think that that is a good thing. So we got to go ahead and look out for that. The hot seat people, we talk about real stuff, we talk about real life, and we are not afraid to bring up what we feel. Okay. I tagged some people in this, and I'm going to get into this before I get into the DoorDash thing. So I got this. I'm going to do the DoorDash. I'm going to do Eli, and I'm going to do the new word. I feel a certain way about this. Why are people afraid to have black racial ethnicity conversations? Are people more prejudiced than you think? I forgot to put you there. All right, now. I'm in the gig community, and like I say, I bring up racial issues, and I am sad to say that I was on a live stream yesterday when and I'll tell you, Real Talk with Roy. Go check that channel out. They normally talk about some real stuff, but people, there's someone paying people, and you talk about black stuff, they take you out. I'll explain the whole situation. I'm upset about this. I'm calling these dudes out. So I left a comment, and Roy was like, Reese, stop coming up as other names. Well, you had me blocked, so you know you had to go figure that out first. Now, I made a comment about the revolution and said that Rev could have got shot, or Rev almost got shot getting out that car like that. And he was like, yeah, he could have. And then they went into a little bit of talk. Then there's a prejudiced man by the name of Thunder. He is prejudiced. It's verified because he ran away from the conversation again whenever someone talks about some black stuff. And I do think he's the reason why the live was shut down and it's not up there today. Thunder made a comment saying, I guess you don't know unless you walk a mile in a black man's shoes. Okay. He said that. But the comment was about the revolution. And he said, get over it, Reese. It's black and white issue. He didn't even understand that in Mississippi, first of all, what happens down there. He's 70 years old. He's from the generation to where his parents were right there. They would be 100 years old right now. So 100 years ago, full racism. He cannot tell me all that. He's from the South. Anywhere he's been. That's why he don't talk about the black stuff. Come on, you're making too much of anything. And that's when I said, previously, 6 white police officers, okay, tortured, sodomized, and tried to plan to make it look like an execution on 2 black men because they were renting out rooms from a white woman. They tried to make up the argument, well, those could have just been bad cops. Well, they did not do the research or watch my live and get it in. That's why they're going to the bottom of the jail. They did it because 2 black men were living with white people, with a white woman. Why does it got to be white officers? Because those are, and then I said those are racist officers. So Thunder says, I guess you don't know unless you walk a mile in a black man's shoes. You got to listen and not be afraid to have the conversation. Why are you afraid to have the conversation about this real shit? You're prejudiced. For example, people, I asked him a question about what the Black Panther Party did about going to the school board. Roy didn't even know what he was talking about. Oh, I heard about that, and something about using the same bathroom. It was not about using no bathroom. Now, here is where I get so upset that when I said I'm done, I went back to watch. He said, I guess he's done. Is he done? I'm kicking him off now. His crowd is so prejudiced and racist. Even Marcus brought it up, and I don't even know why he apologized for it. They're prejudiced, and a lot of them are racist. And a lot of them are just prejudiced, plain and simple. I asked Thunder over a week ago on the hot seat, I think episode number 4. He only listened to his part and then tried to critique that when he was watching the whole thing. He said, you don't do news. I said, well, let's look at this news right here. Tell me what you thought about this. The Black Panther Party showed up to the school board because of that child who was not black, who was white, had killed niggers on their arm, went on social media before saying what they were going to do and everything, finding stuff and letters and everything. The school board was warned, the principal was warned and everything. They did nothing. That child went to school, carried out the act of violence, and got a 3-day suspension from school, not expelled or anything. The Black Panther Party showed up, power to the people. Went there and showed up, power to the people. They said, this is not a black thing, a white thing, an Asian thing. They said, we all have kids going to this school. We want everyone's kids to live and not have to worry about that. You guys were informed and did nothing. Your jobs need to be taken away. All that stuff happened, and they were speaking for everybody. Power to the people. I asked Thunder, what do you think about that? On my live stream, he's in the chat saying, okay, I'm gonna react to it. I have not heard nothing. I go on Real Talk with Roy yesterday, and I said, okay, Thunder, since you're up here, I asked him the question again, and he ran from it. And then Flex said, try to protect him because he pays Flex. Well, why do we gotta? You're prejudiced too. You guys that don't want to speak about the issues that are happening in America and what's going on, it's crazy when it's coming straight from your side. Now check this out. When I said kill niggers, Flex said, well, can you not say that here? That's not your channel, first of all. Secondly, I'm saying it in the context of what it is. I'm not saying nothing crazy. When you have to read Tom Sawyer here in America, the word nigger is in the book. Nigger is in a bunch of books growing up. It's in movies that you watch. That's not going to get someone's channel taken away because it was not me, a white person, or someone else saying it in a way like, let's go do this, F all niggers, kill all niggers. I was not saying it like that. The child, the student that killed niggers on the arm and went and carried out the act, his live stream is not up because the people were like, we just don't want to hear that word. That word was not created to be derogatory towards you. So why do you feel a certain way? And then when someone wants to talk about the things so you can feel more comfortable, all you guys run away with the shit, but you want to get up here on camera, talk a bunch of shit, and run away from the real conversation and kill the elephant in the room. Why are people afraid to have black, racial, ethnicity conversations? Are people more prejudiced than you think? You got to ask yourself that. If I went up there, spoke about the stuff, explained what really happened with the Black Panther Party, explained about the 6 white cops, and I said, any cop that does stuff like that is bad. But there's black cops and there's white cops. You can have black racist cops. You can have white racist cops. A racist cop is a racist cop. But we all know that cops hide behind the blue line. That's their gang. We know that they do that also. So a bad cop is a bad cop, but a racist bad cop is the worst way. That's the worst one. So why is someone that was in a black biker gang as a white guy who heard the word nigga and everything and how I used it, why would you take that live stream down? Well, there's going to be somebody else that's not black that don't have a brain and common sense to understand that that's what it is. When you go back or if they flag that shit, and even if you try to get something, when YouTube watches it, they're gonna say, well, that's there's nothing wrong with that. I can go on YouTube right now and go click on a movie or something, and I can hear the word nigger, and that channel is still up. My channel is still up. So if someone that was in a black biker gang and everything, you're gonna let the other people, oh, we didn't like that, Roy. You better take this down. I know you probably heard stuff like that. You better take it down. It's gonna happen. Ain't nobody else out there who don't understand that it's actually real and true. There's nothing wrong with the word. You just mad that a black man is saying the word. But I can talk about this. I talk about all the racial issues. For something to not be up there, I went back and I was like, damn, why it ain't up there? It's not even up there. Thunder is prejudiced. He left again, ran off the stage. Thunder is prejudiced. Flat out. He still won't even answer the question. But he'll go ahead and start throwing Eli money. This dude is weird. This dude is weird. This dude is weird, man. Will not answer anything when it comes to the stuff that we want to talk about. Try to like, oh, it's not a big deal, black and white issues, and then Flex getting up there. Well, why do we have to? Why do we have to? Motherfucker, you live in this world. You live in this world. You live in the United States of America. This place was built off of slaves, off of Polish people, and a whole bunch, but mainly off of slaves and racist people controlling the slaves all around the world. That's how it works. And for people to like be afraid to hear the word and all this other stuff, man, that makes me upset about that shit. That makes me upset about that shit. Words can be used. I use the words all the time. My channel is up here. I'm not going on to sabotage nobody's channel. I ain't trying to. And then I hear people in other channels talking shit.
Do me a favor, bro. Quit spreading fake bullshit about me. All my lives are up. I made one live. I turned it into a video because I accidentally showed something of my own that I didn't want to be seen. So it's up there. It's just in the video format versus a live stream format. So quit saying that I'm deleting my shit. I don't delete my shit. You know this. So please stop.
Okay, Roy. It was deleted.
Please stop.
It was not there. It was not. It's not there. Gone.
It's not
now,
deleted. I just
right,
told you
so outside of that,
it's a video.
Well, outside of that, the rest of this, talking about these racial issues, talk about things that's really going on. Why are people so afraid?
No, bro. No, hold on, man. It's not outside of that, bro. Quit spreading fake bullshit.
It is outside of that. It is outside of that.
Not.
It is.
Quit
it is outside of that because I had a bunch of people too about that too. Because you said this, Roy. Oh, I know it's about the bathrooms. You said it wasn't even about no bathrooms.
Okay, so what? I made a fucking mistake.
It wasn't about no bathrooms.
It still has. So what? I made a mistake. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, nothing to do about no bathrooms, man.
Okay, so I made a mistake.
And about the 6 white cops. And the 6 white cops. You were like, well, how do you know? And I let you know they did it because 2 black men were living with a white woman. Racist cops.
Oh, shit. I already said that. So what's your point?
No, that's not what you said, Roy, when it was on.
No, that's not what you said. That's exactly what I said.
You tried to say, what if it was black cops? You tried to do that shit. We are talking about, it was not 6 black cops. It was 6 white cops. We're talking about that. No, it was not changed. 6 white cops. 6 white cops tried to kill 2 black men.
Bro.
They
this is your problem. You don't listen. You don't care.
2 black men and tried to kill them for living with a white woman, Roy.
You just say whatever you want. Right. First of all, I already said that they fucking attacked the 2 black guys in the house because they were living with a white woman. I already said that. And the only reason why I said, what if it was 6 black cops that did that to them, you wouldn't be fucking talking about it right now.
Oh, you're crazy. See, that's what I mean, people. That's what I mean. Whenever something happens, they gotta say, "Well, look, why don't we have White History Month?" That's what the white person always does, man. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that way real. Somebody always want to say, "What if it was 6 black?"
I'm keeping it way real too. I'm keeping it way real too.
Somebody in your chat, Roy. Somebody in your chat also said, "What about black on black violence?" That always comes up. Come on, what about black on black violence? Well, why don't you click the link and let's talk about it? You want to say some stuff inside some chats, but white people always want to go to what if it was 6 blacks? No, it was not 6 blacks. We are dealing with what it was: 6 white racist cops who sodomized and tortured 2 black dudes and tried to kill them and got caught.
And I'm sure that situation in Atlanta, you did a whole live stream about that. You have videos of that up too, right?
I got videos about a whole lot of shit, man. I'm doing news all the time.
I'm talking about the like 6 or 7 black cops that beat that black guy up. You got lots of videos about that too, right? And live streams about it, right?
That, Roy. I also talked about there could be black cops or white cops. I also said on your show
that's not what I asked, motherfucker. That's not what I asked, motherfucker.
Cops are part of a gang, the blue line. That's not what I asked. Cops are part of a gang, the blue line. They can be 6 black cops, but they're still 6 bad cops. You can be 6 racist black cops, or you can just be 6 black on bad cops.
No, did you make live stream videos? No, hold on a minute. Did you make...
Look, man, I talk about this shit all the time. Now they say, do you want to talk about the black people all the time? We go about this stuff all the time. You can be a racist black cop or a racist white cop. You can be a bad black cop and a bad white cop, Asian or whatever. The worst one is a racist one of any of those. Now, outside of that, you have police officers that are part of the blue line to code. That's their gang. That's what Christopher Dorner was bringing out. They are part of a gang themselves. So a part of that gang, they still will do corrupt shit. But a racist one is the worst one.
A specific question. You're doing these continuous live streams and videos about these 6 white cops, what they did to those black men. How many live streams and videos? Hold on. Why you cut me off? Don't cut me off, bro. Why don't you be a fucking man and quit cutting people the fuck off?
Well, you got cut off right there because it's not consecutive videos, and I'm not putting up a whole bunch of videos on it. You got to come correct with all that stuff. You got to come correct with all that. All right, Roy didn't like that. But if you go say you're putting consecutive videos up, no, I'm not. I'm asking questions. And for someone white and someone to always say, well, what if it was black? They not black that did that. They not black. And the 6 black cops that beat up the black dude, those are bad cops. They're part of the cop gang. They're part of a gang. So as gang members, they went ahead and did that. They're still bad cops. But these white cops did it because they were black living with a white person. And not one time is anybody, when someone brings it up, well, you know, that stuff don't really be going on and all this other, man, it goes on all over the place. You doing delivery work, you go run into areas to where it's mostly ran by these the Klan and other shit. You'll run into stuff ran mostly by blacks. You might see blood, Crip, you might see Haitian, you'll see Cambodian, Vietnamese areas, you'll see Hawaiian areas and Islander areas. You'll see these areas. You don't make all the money in these areas, and some of these areas are locked down and they just don't like the outsiders coming in. You got to talk about this shit all the way around, all walks of life. But for whenever it's something about black and something happened, it's always somebody white to go ahead and jump up and say, well, what if they were black? They not black, so quit saying that shit. Let's go with what we talking about. What can you bring to the table to talk about how it was bad? Let other white people and people that are not who you are see that this is how you really feel. That's why I do shows like this. People always talk about, let's not just talk about gig work or talk about whatever you do for a living all day. But when someone comes up with multiple topics every day, and ain't nobody got the IQ or the intelligence to really stand up and speak your mind. You ain't even got the guts to speak your mind and stand on what you got. Ain't none of y'all got hot facts. That's why that's the name of my show, not yours. The name of my show. Why are people afraid to have black, racial, and ethnicity conversations? That means all people. Why y'all so scared of it? They be saying, oh, here comes Reese. He's a militant. All that shit. Y'all scary ass busters. That's not even what it is. That's not even what it is. You guys are afraid to speak about it, but when you guys have the conversations, coincidentally, there's never anybody black on the panel or even in the chat that is up there to be able to clear some things up. You're going with your point of view. That's why Thunder said, you gotta walk a mile in the black man's shoes to understand. And Thunder, just so you know, I have your other link to your channel. I have it. And also, I don't think you watched yesterday. I know what's gonna happen next. I know about your whole war with Cherry. I know way more than you think. A lot has been said and told to me off the record. I know what's gonna happen in the future. So also remember when I was the one that told you about your PayPal, and you said, yeah, my business. I know the business. I got the flyers, the brochures, the pictures of you chilling in front of your house and everything. I got everything. But the thing is, Thunder, I ain't never doxed you or anything or put none of that information out. You don't understand who you are messing with. You're calling people and calling the wrong guy a bad name when the guy you should be worried about, you don't even know what's coming next. So you just get prepared for that. You just get prepared for that. Any move you make, my man is ready to go at you. So I'm just letting you know. I know way more than what you guys think. When they were like, Reese is gonna put this on the no. I'm not, that's not my war, not my business. But for what you are dishing out there, Bam. Now I want to get on him for this. He pays people. He pays people money on, and he says, I spend my money like this. Then he gets up there and says, I don't like people that say this and do that. And then the other people that is receiving the money that he is giving, they now have a little cloudy vision and everything now. You know, Flex said, could you not say that? This and that, all because of daddy paying him all that money. And you can't tell me that that is not something that any one of us can not think about. We watch it happen, and then when we see you guys talk about it, someone says, oh, I just do it because I want to and all that other stuff. We are watching all those conversations happen and doing it. I ain't never put those on the Hollywood Gig News. I don't care about those. I like just to talk about them and watch you guys do it, and then watch how you guys act when someone starts giving you money. I told you guys what he does. And remember, Thunder, I was the one that put up the Blue Wave Odyssey with you doing your giveaway on how you do it and everything else there, and how you said, oh, do it on PayPal and stuff. Remember, I was the one that put that video up on Who is Thunder. That was me, Thunder. I know way more about you than you think. So for you to sit up here and act like you are not prejudiced, that's how I know you're prejudiced also. You still will not have a conversation about anything black. Now, the day you want to have a conversation and go over topics, how I go over topics, this ain't no Roy got up here offended. He did not want to get up here like the other times. He gets up here and I'll let him talk, and everybody goes back and forth. He got up here offended and then saying things that's not true. I ain't doing multiple videos and all that stuff. If you're going to bring your facts on the hot seat, you got to bring your facts on the hot seat. We are here to debunk bogus statements. Like he said something happened with the live, so I put it to a video. He squashed that statement right there. That's what the hot seat's all about. He squashed that statement, but all the other stuff right there, he had to, what if they were black and all of that, which goes into what I'm talking about. This is what the hot seat's all about. And Thunder, until you can sit and actually talk to a black man and go over some stuff, quit talking about things that you don't know about. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. You can ask me anything about white people. I got family members that are white. My big mama was pretty much white. Okay? Okay? So you can ask me things. I'm not afraid to talk about white people, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, Cambodian people, Alaskan people. I'm not afraid to talk about aliens. I'm not afraid to talk about animals, insects, the birds and the bees. Okay? I ain't afraid to talk about nothing, but to see grown people who are afraid to even speak, that's a damn shame. And people try to talk about, oh, that guy is weak. No, man, no, you not being able to speak is weak. They say, don't let people take away your freedoms. Don't let people take away your rights. Don't let people take away your voice. And to let you know, YouTube was created so that they can monitor and watch a bunch of things, so that they can understand what's going on. Okay, a lot of you guys are scary. Won't show your face on camera and all that stuff. I give Roy respect for getting up angry, but you're not going to say I'm doing countless videos, because if anyone goes on my videos and go through, you can see that that's a lie. Just like when people say, oh, Reese's going to clip this, you know, we're in his videos every day. You can go through my videos and see that that's a damn lie. My videos are put up there. I got series and shows and shorts and all type of shit. Collaborations. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. That's a big damn lie. Super damn lie. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. And then again, wait. And then again, it's gotten to the point to where we got black people who are afraid to or people from any race, pretty much, who are afraid to really speak what's on their mind and how they feel, because if they're around a bunch of white people, they don't want them to get mad at them, so that they don't lose the subscribers and all that shit. That's not what it's about, man. That's not what it's about. Well, they don't like this, so I don't talk about that stuff. They all support me. I don't want to lose all of them, man. That's not what it's about. Have your own backbone. Stand up for yourself like me. Go ahead and get it in, because that's some punk ass, buster ass shit too. I'm just saying. Any black person out there want to click the link, let me know how you feel in your community, on how it's going on in your community. You can be in a race car community. You can be in a Lego community. You can be anywhere in any community. How's it working in your community? We're gig workers and stuff too over here. We're part of the economy. You have to interact and go meet all the races. It's kind of hard for someone to do that. And then, well, it's not hard. You can be prejudiced anytime you want. This is how you know when people won't speak, they feel a certain way and they don't want to have people think that, well, they may be prejudiced. Well, just articulate yourself a little bit better and you'll be A-okay. But stop being scary and scared. I don't like that shit. This show, people, is all in your face. Now, DoorDash, people, to cut more drivers. Is DoorDash big brother, people? Is DoorDash big brother? Take a look at this. We're almost up to Eli and the dating advice. Let's look at this about DoorDash. I want you guys to take a look at this order. Okay, well, these two orders came out to $33.61, 1 hour, 18 minutes. Okay, as you see, we had some pretty good luck right there. Luck, but our ratings are high. Now, those orders might be taken away because of this. Look at what DoorDash is doing. They're monitoring your driving and everything else like that. Could this be the end of drivers? All right, so people, DoorDash is monitoring you. As you see there, Revolution, if you are watching, that happens all the time. But outside of that, those two orders that you saw that we have to go ahead and do, okay, based upon them putting in that they're tracking, that was my thing there. You saw it said one rapid acceleration. We get a printout every hour because that's how we do our thing. So it said one rapid acceleration, or I've had one that said you had a hard break and everything else like that, right? So you got to think with them monitoring you on how you're driving. And as you see what those orders were and what the tips were and everything, and one was a large pizza order, went ahead and dropped that one off. Are they going to be watching how you drive to be giving the orders to the right people also with this new stat? Okay. And because of this stat, because remember, I went over a case last year where the DoorDasher was trying to sue DoorDash because DoorDash was forcing her to drive fast. And the lawyers were saying that it's in the name DoorDash and drivers are driving fast and getting tickets and everything because of the company. So that is still going on there. Okay. So is DoorDash going to be doing this to cut drivers, deactivate drivers, and even drop drivers off from making a significant amount of money, not because of if they're good or not, just because they can't drive? And if someone is always going to have red marks and everything over their driving, how safe are they going to think you are with the package getting to the customer? And if they cannot trust you getting the package to the customer, or if they see you're driving crazy and you're late all the time, let's say your on-time arrival is always like let's say you're in the 70s. Let's say I'll make it easy. Let's say you're like at 78% on time or early. Okay. And they're like, why are you at 78%? Why aren't you like there like 95 to 100% of the time? And then they go ahead and look at your driving metrics. And then they see hard stops, mass accelerations, like the whole thing. You know what they're going to do? They're going to now start looking in on your deliveries. They're going to see how many complaints you were getting from customers, and all that stuff. Then they're going to actually use that in a way to go ahead and deactivate and cut these drivers off. If you can cut the bad drivers, you're going to be able to make sure that other people can make money. Now, people, they put these things in as beta tests. Remember how I told you guys that they run beta tests on drivers out there. Now, this test is not being ran by the highest ranked drivers. They're putting it this out in markets where all the drivers are. Okay, so they want to make sure drivers are driving safe. If you are not a safe driver, then there you go. Now, because they are doing this, what if they go check checker and then they go recheck your driving records now? You may have been getting by, you haven't got no tickets, and then they see, oh, massive accelerations and you just got a ticket, okay, we're gonna go ahead and deactivate you. You got a ticket, you're driving fast, and it shows you're doing that on our app. We cannot trust you as a driver anymore. So we're gonna have to move you or maybe put you in a little thing to make you have to do a response, get the rideshare professor in to try to get you back on top like Sam Lee did, get him involved and say that you were wrongfully deactivated. But now that AI is there, AI can now filter out all of the things that is going on. Okay, bad this, bad this, bad that, put that in that pile, and now they may be going ahead to do more background checks. So Big Brother is actually DoorDash, and DoorDash is using AI as Big Brother. And guess what? They're getting all the information from us humans. Now check this out. What if you're in like Tesla or any of the cars that have self-driving or all that other stuff? Those cars, if you know, because all you got to do on a Tesla is just have your finger on the steering wheel like this, and you can drive. Wear shades to make it look like you're still awake if you want to sit back like that. But as long as your finger is on the steering wheel, actually don't fall asleep. But I'm just telling you, if you want to sneak and get past, you can have shades on and just have, put your finger in something. So it just sits there. When your finger is there and it knows that your hand is on the wheel, it's going to do the driving by itself. Now, if the car is going to be driving to the GPS location that you have on the map, it's going to be driving the speed limit and everything, which is going to make that driver not get deactivated, which will now make them want to control everyone's vehicle, put you inside an electric car, in a self-driving car, so you have no more control on how to drive, people. Demolition Man. If you remember the movie Demolition Man, when they got in those future cars, you just got in the car and hit the thing, and it went all by itself. So Sylvester Stallone said, "What happened to the old cars?" He wanted him a Chevelle or something. Said, "What happened to the old cars?" They eventually want to put you into these cars that's going to be doing all this, to keep you as a robot, an app slave, as Jeff Thomas Black would say. And when it's time to go put us in concentration camps, they'll be able to drive you straight there, roll the windows up. You won't be able to get out of your own car. People, not everyone has Kit from Knight Rider, but that is something that will happen in the future. So while DoorDash is monitoring everyone's driving, I guarantee from the drivers who have the highest ratings, okay, they're also going to be looking at their driving, because some of these guys can have high ratings and they drive fast and speed and stuff all day. Those drivers won't be getting some of these orders, because what if you're going ahead and pick up a bunch of flowers or something, big large orders from a flower shop, and they can tip over and fall? If you are constantly driving fast like that, they may not send you that order because of what your driving record says from the data and the metrics that you are putting out and giving to DoorDash. And a lot of you guys say, "I didn't agree to this." Yes, you did. Every time they have an upgrade and you have to hit accept before you can go do your orders, and you don't go read the TOS, you are already giving all that stuff away. Okay, you're giving all that stuff away, and they're sharing your information too. Okay, thank Mark Zuckerberg for that they're sharing all your information too. So it is what it is. Big Brother is now on DoorDash all the way. We all know that the other gig apps, they may have a monitoring system. We all know that they have GPS. That's how they know when you're pulling up to a place. When you call customer support, they'll say, "Well, it looks like you're right here." They already have that. They have your speed and time. Other companies already have it. Now DoorDash is just letting you know that the all-seeing eye is all up on you. The all-seeing eye is all up on you. Let me go ahead and let me see this right here. Ghost 77. What's up, Ghost? What's up, Ghost? And I was about to add Ghost to the stage. Now, Ghost, that shooting that happened up in Germantown, man, that was crazy.
The shootings
real choppy, Ghost.
Every day. Right now with DoorDash being Big Brother, correct me if I'm wrong. If we are involved in an automobile accident while en route with an active delivery, that DoorDash's insurance have a little play on that. Is that correct or no?
Okay, you broke up, Ghost. You broke all the way up. You're in a pretty bad spot right there, if you can hear me.
Okay. So if you're on an active delivery with DoorDash, and correct me if I'm wrong, if we get into an automobile accident that's either our fault or not our fault, is DoorDash's quote unquote insurance, are they liable to help us being the fact that we're on an active delivery?
While on an active delivery, their insurance is supposed to cover you. Okay, it's supposed to cover you, but now you got an issue here. It's supposed to, but you got an issue here though, because the type of insurance that you have may not be something that's going to work with the DoorDash insurance. You see what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
You would have to go through DoorDash, and then DoorDash, what they're going to do is they're going to run or look up your car, and then they're going to see what your insurance is, and they're going to notify your insurance company so that they get away from having to help you out with your own accident.
Yes. Now, I've worked for a lot of companies that have geotab, GPS installed in the company vehicles. And, you know, I'm just throwing this out there. This is a thought. Being the fact that DoorDash now is tracking your hard acceleration, your hard braking, rapid movements and whatnot like that. Companies do the same thing to protect their insurance that they have. That could be a factor of what DoorDash is doing. Because if I'm a very bad driver at a company that I used to work for, which, you know, everything's flagged. It'll tell you if you're speeding, it'll tell you everything. Hard cornering, everything. And then if I'm a habitual offender of that, then yes, I'm going to lose my privilege to drive. I can see DoorDash kind of bringing that into it. Yeah. Do they need to be monitoring us because we're 1099 gig workers? Not really, but you know, it plays into the big brother shit.
Yeah, hey, and thank you for that input there, people, because he went with the insurance route, people. So, you know, thank you for that. That was very important there. He came in with the insurance route, people, and yeah, you got to understand, Big Brother is here, and DoorDash is blatantly showing you. So anything that comes to your head about why they may be doing it, it's already on their list on their whiteboards, their dry erase boards. It's already up there. And that's what they're monitoring. And like Go said, in order for them to protect themselves, they have to go ahead and do that. So, you know, people drive safe, do what you got to do. Yep.
You know, if you're constantly getting in accidents and speeding tickets and whatnot, and just say I'm the owner of DoorDash, do you think I want you working for me? Hell no. Because one, you're putting the product at risk, you're putting your life at risk, you're putting other people's lives that are on this road just because you're trying to make $5 and get there so you don't get a minute late.
Exactly. And people, there is some stuff with DoorDash
Use your noggin and common sense.
Yep. Now there are some things coming up with DoorDash that I cannot speak about. I'm on a gag order. I am, and my wife is on a gag order. There's other people on this gag order also. I'll
leave you with that, right?
Yeah, so that's how I'll go ahead and say it. But there is something going on with DoorDash, and you know, there's a gag order on us with some other people. We cannot speak about it, but DoorDash is doing some due diligence, is what I would say. And we are, you know, in association with what is going on. So there's other people, and when it happens, I'll let you guys know, because I'll do it on the show. I'll let you guys see exactly what's going on. What DoorDash had a gag order on me about, and when it's finally done, to where we can actually go ahead and speak until everything is where it should be, then I'll let you guys know, and then I'll let you guys see. And I'll know if other content creators know about it also by what's going to happen in the next month to month and a half, by the verbiage that is coming out by some of these content creators. I'll know if they know what's going on also. Now, people, woo-wee, Good advice or bad advice? This Eli Mellis segment is brought to you by Hot Facts with Robert Reese. People, let us go ahead and get some station identification. Okay.
Hey, Hot Facts with Robert Reese, man. This your boy Dash Bandicoot tapping in with you, brother. Hey, I'm right here on a break in my dash right now, getting busy, but I figured I'd tap in before I eat some grub real quick. But yo, man, I like your channel, like what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we share some of the same ideas as far as like how to navigate this gig market. So just tapping in, showing love, man. I seen your comment. Finally got a chance to hit you, bro. Whenever you get a chance back, man, just holler, man, for sure, man. Love, bro. Be safe.
All right, people. You guys see the avatar there. That's the exact picture that is up there. So that was, station identification brought to you guys by Hot Facts with Robert Reese. In closing, when it's all done, it is the closing brought to you by, and that's going to be by Mic Drop BBQ. This is the Eli Mellis segment of the show. And you know what? I said I wasn't going to be doing it, people, but I think I found a way to, if I see something, if my wife shows me something that is ridiculous from this life coach, I'm gonna play it here. People, this is a life coach. His name is Eli Mellis, and he says he has some of the greatest advice to help people grow no matter what they are doing. And in this segment here, we are going to watch his advice when it comes to dating or trying to find someone or do any of that. Let me know if you agree with what he says, or is this just crazy? And he makes a statement at the end that I want to speak about too, because I think I'm just like, why would he say that? But some people may actually go ahead and do it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into, people. This is going to be dating advice with Eli Mellis, life coach. Good or bad? You tell me. Let's go ahead and go. Let me see. Here it is. And I want you guys to watch him. He's sitting on the couch and he's trying to sit in namaste position, and he can't do it because he can't do his legs right. So he's sitting on a couch and leaning backwards to have one of the legs go up and the other one can't, because he can't sit straight up because he actually doesn't know how to do the pose. So pay attention to how he is sitting on the couch when he is giving you this information. People, I pay attention to everything. This is hilarious. But is it good or bad advice? Let's see.
Don't date men or women that are out of your league. If you're a guy that's a 5, 6, or 7 on the attraction scale, don't go after women that are 8s, 9s, or 10s. Ladies, if you're a 5, 6, or 7 on the attraction scale, don't go after men that are 8, 9s, or 10s. Even though that happens a lot with women, all the women try to go for the top 10% of guys out there. The best chance you're going to have of connecting with someone in a genuine way is to connect with someone at your level. So a 7 connects with a 7, maybe a 7 man connects with a 6 woman, or vice versa. But if you're too far apart, if the man or the woman is that much more attractive physically than the other person, then it's just not going to work out. If it does seem like it's working out, then one side or the other is using you and taking advantage of you.
If it does seem like it's working out, then one side or the other is using you and taking advantage of you.
All right, now. I got a problem with that. Because me being a trainer and everything, I understand different populations, different disorders. There's There's endomorph, mesomorph, ectomorph. There's three types. There's three body types, structurally and genetically, that people have. Someone's body fat percentage may be low, but because they may be an endomorph, someone might call them fat, and they're not fat at all. You'll get someone that looks like really, really skinny, and their body fat percentage might be like 33%, and you'll be like, how is their body fat percentage 33% and they're so skinny? That's called skinny fat. Okay. So then you'll also see, you know, different things. But my thing is this. He said if you are a 5 or a 6, you don't try to go for 7 and 8s or 9s or 10s. My question is, how do you know what number you are? How do you know, like, honestly, how do you know what number you are? And I feel that as a life coach, to tell someone, if you like someone or you feel that you think, you can make something happen, how are you going to tell someone you can't do it because you're a 5 or a 6? Well, what makes a 5 or a 6? Are you guys talking about looks? Are you guys talking about how they are as an overall person? Kind, caring, not racist, not prejudiced, all the things, goal-minded, works well together. I'm talking about what's a 5 or a 6, and how are you breaking that down? And as a life coach, you would be trying to pump somebody up with confidence, to be like, hey, you know what? Go after that person if you want to. That's why people and you will walk in the malls and stuff like that, and some people will say, and I've heard it from people, I've seen it done. Some people will say, or some dudes doing a locker room and stuff, be like, man, how'd that guy go ahead and get her? Look at that guy. They're like, man, look at him. The dude probably had the confidence and knew what to say to talk to someone, and then because all you jocks and everything don't know how to speak, and maybe that's what it is. A lot of you jocks out there, people, like, you go ahead and work out and lift weights because that's an advantage for most of you guys get over women. If a woman thinks that she is all too fine and all that other stuff, all a man has to do is be in good shape to have a six-pack, and then that makes the woman's confidence shut, because the woman knows that I can't be the center of attention here because this guy is doing that, and then that brings someone back down to reality. Okay, so you got men that do that, to do that, because the men that do that, they don't want the people that look like the supermodels and all that stuff. They would rather have someone that looks regular and they're not bad looking than have someone that thinks they're a Barbie doll and all that other stuff, because there's way more with that person. That person that you may think is a 5 or a 6 may know how to cook food, may know how to sew and knit, may know how to do a whole bunch of things. That person that you are just going off of being superficial with, well, I think this person looks good, I think they do that, that person's a 10. That's why this number system, I hate that the number system is there, because it takes away from people who are trying to get confidence. Now, if you in the hood, if you go in the hood, it don't matter where you are. Dudes are driving down the street in a car, they'll pull over on at the stoplight and hop out. Dudes may look broke as hell, holy jeans or whatever. They're not afraid to go talk to nobody. They're not. They are not. They don't care. They don't care. Someone could look that way, but they may be a construction worker and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's women out there that may think that, oh, that guy looks dirty and stuff, but the guy is actually a construction worker and he's in his work clothes. So if he's in his work clothes and that's what you think, you think, oh, he's dirty and stuff. My man works, he owns this, he got that going on, he helps out and does all this stuff. You said by the way he was looking, because he was dirty, he was like a 4 or a 5. When actually my man is in his work clothes. He's in his work clothes. He goes out to eat in regular places. He looks all the way normal. You wouldn't even recognize the dude, but you are going off of some type of rating system off of who this person is. Now, I just think that that's bad advice, me personally, to try to say stay in your lane with this and that. If you told people to stay in their lane, there would be no people in relationships. Just be honest. Everyone would be too picky. Everyone would be trying to find nothing but a 5 or a 6. You know what? I don't want a 5 or a 6. I want something that's a 1 or a 2. What's a 1 or a 2? What's a 3 or a 4? This ain't 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, lock the door, 5, 6, pick up sticks, 7, 8, lay them straight, 9, 10, we do it again. This ain't that. What type of number system is this? Because I'm gonna tell you this. When I met my wife, even up to this day, I have never said, "Oh, babe, you know what? Let me think of the number scale which you might be. Let me think of the number scale you were when I met you to think what you were. Let me see the number." There wasn't no number scale. Wasn't no number scale. I thought she didn't look ratchet. She didn't look ratchet. She didn't look ratchet, and I was like, all right. She don't look ratchet. I'm gonna see what's up. What it wasn't no rating system. What rating system? 5 or a 6, don't go for a 7 or 8. That looks like you paying attention to nursery rhymes. Come on, man. And then he says that, he likes to meet women online and then meet them in a public place. And I'm just like, so that means that he does like Tinder and stuff like that. And then he's like, oh, 7, oh, 5. That's what Eli is doing. He's doing swipe. He's doing swipe and he's giving people a number off of the swipe. And then he says, well, I think this person is this. He also does it online because he probably puts that he's like 6'1" or something. And then when they meet, Eli probably does speed dating. Have you guys ever seen speed dating when they go sit at the table and they get like, excuse me, like a minute, and then when the bell goes, you got to go to the next. Eli, actually, you got to meet him. But he probably does do that because you sit at a table. But you got to get up and do like musical chairs. So he probably doesn't do that so people can see his real height. But he's on these apps now. I wonder if Eli started on eHarmony. He's 50 years old. I know eHarmony was coming out when I was like maybe like 15 or something. So I was in high school. So I'm pretty sure he probably started off on like eHarmony. And then he probably tried to live a little bit. I want to get a little I want to get a little bit thuggish. What if Eli did Black Planet back in the day? What if he did Black Planet back in the day? He's like, well, let me get a MySpace real quick. Eli was up in them AOL chat rooms. He was up in them AOL chat rooms, 90s love, when you're looking for people in the 90s, 80s and stuff, and then they have the age group. Eli was up in, he was up in all of that. That's how I know when eHarmony came out, he probably was one of the first men in line to do eHarmony. And then that's how you can come up with a number system, people. You're in a public space online. So that's how you can do a number system. No way in the world is a guy going to be walking up to women or a girl going to be walking up to guys. I think you're a 6. I think you're a 7. You want to go eat? That's not happening, people. That's not happening. So Eli started off online dating. Okay. So I think that's bad advice to tell someone don't go for this. He might be telling you guys in public. And in case you don't, people, I'm going to play it again just so I know I'm not tripping. And he said that someone might be using you if they're above your level. They might be using you. I'm like, damn. Well, you don't got to like look a certain way to be using somebody. There's people out there that just like, hey, it is what it is, but Eli is using looks on if you use people. I think that's why he likes to give relationship advice so much. I think he's been turned down so much in person that he had to resort to doing online and sitting in namaste position the wrong way. And he's telling people to not have no confidence, people. I think that's bad advice. I'm gonna play it again, and don't think people are just using you. That's a bad mindset. Okay, that's a bad mindset there. You don't want to go in thinking someone's doing you wrong, because then, like, if something does grow from that, it's already killed from the jump, and it's never going to be able to patch up in the middle. And then that's when you'll need a real life coach to try to help you out. But let's listen to it again.
Don't date men or women that are out of your league. If you're a guy that's a 5, 6, or 7 on the attraction scale, don't go after women that are 8s, 9s, or 10s. Ladies, If you're a 5, 6, or 7 on the attraction scale, don't go after men that are 8, 9s, or 10s. Even though that happens a lot with women, all the women try to go for the top 10% of guys out there. The best chance you're going to have of connecting with someone in a genuine way is to connect with someone at your level. So a 7 connects with a 7, maybe a 7 man connects with a 6 woman, or vice versa. But if you're too far apart, if the man or the woman is that much more attractive physically than the other person, then it's just not going to work out. If it does seem like it's working out, then one side or the other is using you and taking advantage of you.
That's how I think he's been. Something happened in person too many times. I think that he was doing I think he was catfishing people. Okay. I think Eli was catfishing people, showing up to the public place to where they're going to meet. And some people turned away and was like, I'm leaving. I'm guessing that's why he says 7 with the 7, stay in your lane. I think he's catfished some people, or people thinks that he catfished them, and then that's how all that stuff came about, was why he came up with this message or the number system. I don't understand it. I have never agreed with the number system. Especially let's say one of your boys, oh man, like let's say they just find out you got a girlfriend. Oh, you got a girlfriend? What's she rated, man? She a 7, she a 8. Why the hell I'm gonna tell you that for? Why the hell I'm gonna tell you that for? Why you want to know what number she is? Why am I gonna tell you that? It's not what I do. In a group setting, bring her around, stuff like that, one-on-one stuff, all that stuff. Well, I'm gonna go stop by so-and-so's house to go pick this up. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, none of that stuff. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. Maybe if I've known the dude for a real long time, and I'm like, I'm gonna send Emilia over. She'll come by and pick it up. What time you gonna be at the house? I'll be at the house at maybe like 1:15. Just be up there. I'll bring it right on out. Something like that happens, or if I'm giving a call when that's supposed to happen and ain't no pickup on the phone, then I already know what's something going on. But I don't do stuff like that. Whenever somebody asks you, how your girl look, what's the number, or what's her rating, you keep people like that away from the people that you are with, because you know how these people are. They stay single the whole time. They got their roster, and if someone ain't watching, they'll go ahead and try. And the women are dumbasses. The women are stupid and dumbasses. Oh yeah, he's gonna buy me in Paris. I'll go suck your dick. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll have sex with you. Yeah, and women end up doing that. These men know. Just throw some money at them and stuff like that, and the woman's gonna go. Woman's gonna go. That's why you don't be doing all that and bringing your woman around the people that's known hawks, and they always want to know. Oh man, where we going to eat? Man, they got good looking women in there. When somebody asks when that's all they thinking about, you don't give them dudes numbers. That's why I don't do the number system at all. At all. Oh, when they say, man, you got a girlfriend now, man. She straight? Yeah, she's straight. She's straight. I got one. I say it like that. Ain't no number system. Ain't none of that. Because my boys and stuff, we already know that's not what we do. She straight, man? For real, is she straight? Or the nigga looking to see if I'm gonna say something crazy? She's straight, man, but man, that's what real friends and boys do. We do it like that. We just don't be sitting at the barbecue. Hey man, went to the mall, got me a new one. Man, she a dime. She a dime. Man, I was over at the park the other day. Man, I got one. You think your dime better than my dime? And then guess what happened? Everybody get together to go whatever they doing, like at a park or something, and then you end up seeing, oh, this dude, because of what you said, or the girl might say something to her, and y'all don't know each other, and they may end up, oh, I want to go, and then nah, you don't. You don't go do that. You go fishing in your lake by yourself. Use your bait, reel your stuff in yourself. I ain't with all of that. I ain't with all of that. But all that comes from that damn number system, though. I don't give a number system out. It takes away confidence. I would love, like, you want to see your kids and everybody have confidence. You don't tell somebody if you don't look a certain way, you can't go meet somebody because they look a certain way. That is definitely not how it goes, and that is bad advice from me. Eli, I think that was bad advice, but some people may think that that's good advice because they may be shallow, superficial people also. But you were on the hot seat for that one. There you go right there. There you go right there. Now, people, we got a good one right here. I'm about to laugh. This is the very last topic right here. New word from the gig machine, monetize. Okay, monetize. Now, monetize. Now, the gig machine needs to understand that he's trying to get monetized on his channel, but he's only doing shorts. And then he has shorts with like Jay-Z, Tupac, and all these rap songs that are licensed, and he ain't even like, it's nothing's gonna count towards his monetization. He has a few videos up that he's putting up. He's now started doing ride-alongs and things like that. And I've been trying to teach him that his short numbers don't count to get monetized. You got to do live streams and we got to do videos. I've been trying to teach him that. Now, he just did a video and he says he's trying to say, well, I know the glitch. I got the glitch. You want the glitch? You got to help me get monetized. I was thinking he was saying like he don't know like if a moderator is monetized or if monetized is monetized. I'm thinking he's saying monetized, but he's saying monetized. He wants to get monetized. So I'm gonna let you guys hear how he says it and everything. And he's almost at 1,000 subs. He's about 150 subs away from 1,000. So he had 200 before we start doing the King of St. Louis docudrama series. Go ahead and check that one out, people. It's a great one there. I put it all together. It's great. He's almost at 1,000, but he's gonna have to understand and listen to me now for this part on how to get monetized. I told you guys that you guys make your videos, go in your house on your smart TVs, your tablets, and your smart devices. Just go to your channel when everyone's asleep. Put your videos on a playlist so that every device is going through every single video. So all the watch hours will get up fast just like that. Then you do your live streams and you do your regular videos. But when you go to sleep, now when you add a new video in, wait for about a week. Then once those videos get added up for a week, then you go let all those videos play. You do it just like that. That's the easiest way to get monetized. I don't know, think you guys ever thought about that, but that is the easiest way to get watch hours and to get monetized. Because when you're doing shorts, you get subscribers. Subs are great. That's going to help you, but you need the watch hours. So doing videos and live streams and making videos that now when you're making your videos, make a video. It doesn't matter if 50 people watch the video. It don't have to be 1,000 people that watch that video, okay? Because 1,000 people are not going to be watching it all the way through. If 50 people watch that video all the way through, then you get all of that going into your watch hours, okay? So that's why I tell people I don't care about how many views I get on my videos because I know that they catch when they catch, and they'll catch just like that, and they go through the algorithm and in the belt. I don't care, but what I do care about is who subs. The people that sub to your channel based on the videos that don't have all those thousands of views and it's on a little bit of views. When you get a lot of subs like that, the information that you're putting out is worth it. Do videos, do shorts before you go to sleep. Get to tell your wife, I don't care what you're doing, or once you go to sleep, make her watch your chat channel. So you going to sleep, go right to my chat channel, go to my playlist, and let it run all the way through. Let it run all the way through. Okay, go to your kids, go to their tablets. They got a smart TV in there, put that smart TV on. Let that smart TV go through YouTube and run down your stuff. You'll be surprised how many watch hours you get in 1 week. You'll be like, dang, I'm at 4,000 watch hours just like that. Yeah, you'll be pulling in 500, 600 watch hours in 1 week. 400 watch hours will be like minimum if you do it like that. You'll be pulling in your watch hours so fast, you will get monetized so fast, then you'll be able to do what you got to do. People work smarter, not harder. That's why I got monetized so fast. Once I got all my subs in and I saw that, okay, I was already doing live streams and videos, but I said, I want to get it done faster. So I started doing that. And people said, that's cheating. You shouldn't do it. Using the glitch to go and get orders and sending bad orders to people is cheating to make you money. Now your dumb ass is still doing that and you ain't monetized. Who's the dummy? But we go watch him in this new word right here. Tell me if this is hilarious. He wants to get monetized. The gig machine wants to get monetized. He wants monetization, people, and he says he'll give the glitch if he can get monetized. Dino, you're not alone. With their credentials.
I'll tell y'all about the glitch when you get my channel monetized. Because once I'm monetized, then I'm gonna wild the fuck out. I'll tell y'all about the glitch when you get my channel monetized. Because once I'm monetized, then I'm gonna wild the fuck out.
And one more time.
I'll tell y'all about the glitch when you get my channel monetized. Because once I'm monetized, then I'm gonna wild the fuck out.
All right. So I had to play it 3 times, so you heard it 6 times that he said monetized. He even tried to say it slow. Monetized. He said monetized. So let's start watching his videos to help him get monetized. And Pedro, you trying to be the king of St. Louis. He pressed you up and made you look weird. You got some ammo right now, Pedro. You got some ammo right there. You got some ammo to fight back. He says monetized. Okay? Do what you do with that. I'm pretty sure you missed it. You may have watched it. If Gig Machine were black, you wouldn't make fun of him for saying monetized. Yeah, I would. Why wouldn't I? I make fun of black people all the time. Especially ones that make up words like Don King. Oh, you have no idea. I got snap-ems. I got shoot-ems. I got jokes. I got them in the trunk. That's what we do. Black people, we grow up snapping on people. We grow up snapping on people. We got jokes. We talk about everybody. Oh, and I want to say this. Jaded Driver, if you were listening and all you guys that were talking with Roy, you guys were talking about the riots in 92, Rodney King, I was dead in the middle of the riots in 92. All the stores, everybody was looting. First time I had Fig Newtons, my dad went and got a whole bunch of meat. He actually went and got a freezer and a refrigerator, put them in the garage, and went getting all the meat when people were going out getting TVs and stuff. He stocked up on a whole bunch of meat. The agents across the street, dude came outside with his gun, fired shots, backed people up. Someone fired up back at him. Some dude from Lime Hood, Piru, shot back at him. The bullet went right on over. Woo! Bullet went right, and he looked just like that. His store got looted, all that stuff. My grandfather's stores didn't get looted, it was black owned in Linwood, so that didn't happen. But they were going nuts. And that's what I was trying to say about, the AR-15 situation. The protesters there got into a frenzy. Now, the Rodney King riots having people because, once again, white cops, racist white cops, Stacey Koon and all them dudes, racist white cops, beating up a black dude who got a gang of money. Beating them up, just beating them and beating them and beating them. I was there in the riots in the streets doing all that stuff. I went into a store. The store right up the street was out there. Me and my friends said, y'all want to go? My mom and them said, y'all better not go. And all our parents said, y'all better not go. We waited until they was all occupied. When were your parents occupied? When your dad comes back and starts showing everybody what he got. Once they get occupied, you leave with your friends and go to the store to go loot. That's what we did. First time I had Fig Newtons, people. First time I had Fig Newtons, 1992. I was 10 years old in Compton. First time I had Fig Newtons. We had the military and the National Guard coming on the streets. We had to be in the house by 7 p.m. Buildings burned up, everything right outside. Hundreds of people. The Compton Fashion Center, not the swap meet. I'm talking about where Circuit City, the Compton Courthouse, JJ Newberry, Louisburger, all up over there off of Alameda and Compton. All that stuff from Compton to Watts to Carson, Inglewood, South Central LA, all that. It didn't get to Cerritos all the way, but they did it a little bit in Hawaiian Gardens, Cerritos. Once they got to Orange County, it really wasn't cracking like that. There wasn't enough black people in Orange County to go ahead and make it crack like that. See, look, that's what John said. I was in Cali when that shit happened. Yeah, man. But the looting was right there, people. And I'm gonna give y'all a little history. I have the same birthday as Michael Vick, Darren Williams, and I was born in the same hospital. Okay, I was born in the same hospital as Vader, the Hall of Fame wrestler. Vader was born in St. Francis Hospital. The white guy. He was giving stories about when he was in Compton. Compton was white and Linwood was white. So when I gave the history about Linwood, Maywood, Hollywood, Inglewood, when I gave the story about how they were all white, he verified it in his interview with Stone Cold. Stone Cold was like, "Oh, I didn't think like that." And then Vader was like, "Yeah, it got to a point to where you had to make it. You had to make it to live there to say you from there to be proud." So I'm thankful that Vader did that with Stone Cold because that verified my story and everything else there in the history books of Black History Month. Validated my grandfather's story of being the first black person in the state of California to have a license to buy and sell guns, which he did at the shop, Price's Bait and Tackle. So, little history and lesson. I was born in the same hospital as Vader. My mom went to school with Weird Al Yankovic, all that stuff. I even lived on the same street with DJ from Roseanne, Michael Fisher. Michael Fisher is his name. DJ lived right up the corner in Cypress, lived right there. So yeah, that's the end of this show. I'm gonna let you guys know that I put up some poll questions, a lot of great ones. Who put out the best comedians in the 90s? Police duo movies. There's a whole bunch there. Scroll through everything, and you'll see I'm gonna be doing a video with all those with the percentages on and the votes, and we'll be talking about all that stuff. I'm doing that. Oh, people, also I went to school with Brandon Baker, Johnny Tsunami. I went to school at Kennedy High School, same years. We were in the same musical production program, the acting and the singing and all that stuff. He was doing that while he was at Disney. I went to school with Brandon Baker, and he's also Mowgli from the Jungle Book. Okay. I went to school with him. I went to school with Jodie Sweetin, also from Full House. Stephanie, the sister. I went to school with her also. And the local band that used to play at all the parties back then when we first got out to Orange County was No Doubt. They used to play at the parties, and that's how they got found out. And Sublime, the group Sublime in Long Beach, we'll be over there all the time with those people. So small world, how all that stuff works out. Now also remember, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more. The song No Pigeons. They had made the song No Scrubs. The song No Pigeons, Robert is in my family. Robert was just at my mom's funeral. Robert is married to my first cousin, Dee Dee. He's part of Sporty Thieves in that group also. My Uncle Mike does production for Dirty Red and other things and stuff like that. My cousin Stan is world famous keyboardist, plays for Mary J. Blige and Deborah Cox and all of them. And the highest of the highs when it comes to the churches you see on TV, all that stuff. Atlantic Star is in my family also. I can keep going, people. I can keep going. The Reese's prices, we got names. We got names, but that's enough. Y'all get some more history. Tune in to them episodes. We out of here like 2 and 2. Oh, before we leave, I gotta do my get out with Mike Drop BBQ, sponsored by him. And let me ask Amelia, you got a final message from all this crazy stuff that's going on in the world?
Be good to each other.
Okay, she said be good to each other. That's her message right there. We go do that. And of course, before we leave, people, this was brought to you by Mike Drop BBQ also. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you know about Mike Drop BBQ. Here we go.
Check out Mike Drop BBQ. First of all, just hopped on to the Hot Crew. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for your support. If you are in the rideshare game, you want to know the best information out there, period, hands down. Hop in, check out Mike Drop BBQ. It's a cookout. Grab your plate, sit down, take it in. Raise your hand. Ain't nobody stupid here. We trying to make sure we maximize all day, every day, even twice on Sunday. You also get the best information on cleaning your vehicle, the best kits, auto care, everything. He goes over everything. He is for the people. That is who he is. Jeff, aka Mike Drop BBQ. Go ahead and check him out. Yes, sir.